So far in our film we've been using hard cuts, so we've cut from one piece of footage straight to the next. Now I'm going to show you how to do a cross dissolve, which means that the cutaway footage will be faded into the main image. So the best way to understand that is to see how it works. So for any effects, we click on the effects tab here, and if you type in cross here, it will give you cross dissolve, and all I need to do is click on it and just drag it onto the very beginning of the footage that I want to fade in. So what that actually looks like,
optical, so I think,
as you can see that it just fades in quite quickly to the cutaway footage, and that can be quite a nice way of moving from one piece of footage, so transitioning from one piece of footage into the next. Another improvement that we can make to our film is to look at colour correction. So the first question to ask yourself is, when you look at your footage, is the black really black, and is the white as it should be? I'm quite happy with how this footage looks, but let's see what happens if we make some improvements, because we can always delete them if they don't improve it and make it look the way that we want it to. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see from the effects menu here, there's quite a few different things that you can do. So in colour grading, you've got all kinds of effects which I would suggest that you just have a go with and see what happens, because the easiest way to learn is just to have a go. But I'm actually going to look for levels. And here we've got, in colour correction, the levels histogram. So I'm going to click it and put it on one piece of my footage. Okay. Now nothing's actually happened, it's just added the levels histogram in here. So what it's going to do is check the black input point, the white input point, and the grey area in the middle. So if I look at this, you can see I've got a flat area here, which is for the white point. So if I click and drag that in, it's going to make it a little bit lighter. Okay. If I drag this in, it's going to make the blacks blacker. As you can see, that's not improving my image, so I can just click and drag it back to the left hand side. And I can also alter my midpoint here, and again I would say that that's not really improving things. So you can alter it here, or you can actually move it on these sliders at the bottom. But if it doesn't really improve your footage, which in my case it doesn't, but it may in your case, you just click on it and hit delete. Now there's also an auto levels tool that you can use, so you can click on that and drop it onto your footage and see how that improves things. So that's taken some of the reddish pinkish tone out of the shadows here. Now what you'll notice is it's only applied it to that one clip. So what I can do is I can copy it and I can paste it on each of my clips. Now you can kind of see if you've forgotten to do one. What you can also do is click and drag to select them all and go to paste here. So you can do all of your film in one go. So it's worth trying it on one clip and then selecting the whole thing and pasting it on there. At the end of my film, I want it to fade out to black. So if you look through the effects panel here, you can see transitions. And we want the video transitions. So this is about how one piece of footage cuts into another. And we've got fade to colour. I'm going to put that onto this clip, because this is my final clip, right at the end. And then it will automatically for me, you can see it starting to happen now. Fade to black.